Today, on Be Something Wonderful, manifesting technique that works whether you believe it or not. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back and welcome to the studios of Be Something Wonderful here in Las Vegas. I have a big one for you today, a real big video. 2 different sessions yesterday where both clients were talking about this manifesting technique that's very common in the manifesting circles, that's talked about by all of the spiritual greats, but really, which is a technique that's so powerful, it works whether you believe it or not. And it's called Wouldn't You Be Nice? Or Wouldn't It Be Nice? The first client was talking about how she manifested a perfect studio location for her business and a bunch of other things by just setting forth that idea, it would be nice. And then another client who I'm going to talk about in a few minutes, right, got back together with his specific person after she broke up with him, after she cut it off. I want to talk about this idea because wouldn't it be nice, or it would be nice. Remember, it's not trying to manifest or create something. That's what keeps the things away from us, when we believe that we're not already that person we want to be, that we don't already have those things we want to have. The brilliance and the power of wouldn't it be nice implies that it's already yours. And wouldn't it be nice to call forth that already real reality in my physical experience? That's the power of wouldn't it be nice. It's already there. It's an announcement of reality. So let's get into it today. This particular client, his story was his girlfriend broke it off with him. He said it seemed out of the blue. This is a few years ago now. He's been around the channel for a few years, right? And this was the first time that we had met, but he's been around the channel. He's been on and off. He said he's been one of those who's been making comments, sometimes not very nice comments, on my channel and others, because he was really angry of what happened with his girlfriend, right? And so they tried to be friends, right? But then she cut off all contact, right? He wanted to be friends with her, but he didn't want just that. He wanted to be together with her, so he pushed on it. So then he used the law of assumption, or the processes. He said he used them. Remember, you are the processes, and we're going to get into this today. He imagined the scene, seeing her out, right, running into her, because they live in the same neighborhood in the city, or not the same city, but not the same neighborhood. And so he imagined that he would see her out, and that her kids, she has kids, would run and hug him, and she'd want to get back together with him. So he did that, and then what happened? Well, he did run into her, but she asked him if he was following her. So it didn't go the way he imagined it, right? He was in her neighborhood, right? So he said that he just happened to be there, but he goes, if I'm honest with myself, I didn't really have to go to her neighborhood to do what I had to do that day. Because I was really hoping to have that scene. So do you see it? He was trying to make something happen. Not from a state of abundance, from a state of already being that person he wants to be, but trying to make something happen, filling the lack. And he was unhappy. He was mad. He was mad at her. He was mad at the law of assumption. He was mad at all the coaches. He was mad at the Be Something Wonderful YouTube channel. Right? He's calling it, he said he even wrote on our channel, it's all BS. Right? He goes, I'm so ashamed. I go, don't be ashamed. I get it. Right? So, and he was on and off then, right? Coming to the channel and then not coming to the channel. Until finally, he said, I just decided that's enough. I've had enough of that unfulfilled guy, that unhappy guy, that guy who's always angry. I'm not that person anymore. Right? And he got back on the channel, watching the videos. He talked about one in particular, wouldn't it be nice? That video, I did a couple on that video, but there was one in particular he was pointing to that he said really changed things for him, along with everything else, along with assuming that he's already that person he wants to be, right? Wouldn't it? And so he was in this now new identity, this new reality, this new him, that he didn't need or want anything from the outside world. He knew that he creates it all, that it all comes from within him. Then he goes, I just decided after watching that video that wouldn't it be nice just to run into her now? Not to get back together, not to plead, to say, oh, you know, I'm changed or any of that. Just to, and even if, he said, even if she's with that other guy, which apparently she was dating somebody else or was in a relationship with somebody else after they broke up. She goes, even if I run into, it's okay with me. I just want to say hello to all of them. And the kids. What a beautiful way, from a new identity, from love, from gratitude, from fulfillment, he was doing this. So he did, I'm getting tingles, he did run into her. And it was the scene that he imagined maybe about a year before that, or a year and a half before that. The imaginal scene of running into him, the kids running up to him and hugging him, and her wanting to get back together. That was it. She was no longer with that guy she was dating. This is powerful. I'm going to talk about these ideas today and more. Remember from The Chosen. I go back to this scene because that scene at The Chosen, at the pool of Bethesda, the healing of the paralyzed man is a metaphysical masterpiece for manifesting. And remember when Jesus says to him, you don't need any of that other stuff. You don't need the pool. You don't need anything else. You need me. You only need me. You only need that I am awareness, right? Therein lies the secret to all the love, all the freedom, all the fulfillment that you could ever imagine. These are the words he used. He never felt more free, more fulfilled, and in love with life than he does now. How do you get there? Because you only need me. You only need that awareness to feel that. You never get that from the outside or from others. But now the paradox is he is back with her, but he's a new identity. Any other belief other than it, other than that belief that I am that person I desire to be, I am completely unlimited, I am infinite, I am that I am, does nothing for you. It means nothing. That's what Jesus meant by it means nothing. The pool does nothing. You only need me, right? You don't need to think, feel, or do anything to be who you already are. You could never be more fulfilled or loved or free than you are right now. No one could add or take away anything to make you less or more than who you are right now. That's why Bashar uses that mantra, that affirmation, I am who I say I am, and that is enough. Because it's everything. Wow, that's powerful, because you're everything. You were given everything. You can never be more or less than who you already are right now. All the love, all the freedom, all the fulfillment that you could ever want or desire or imagine is already yours. No other technique, no other process, no other thought, no other feeling, no other condition, no other meditation is needed other than the realization and recognition that I am. Right? Even in that show, The Chosen, there was another scene when Jesus was talking about that he is the prophet, he is the Messiah. Right? He's talking about it now. He's saying he is. He's declaring it. And they say, well, they talk about the law of Moses, that whoever declares that they're a false prophet, whoever uses those words will die. And Jesus, what does Jesus say? I am the law of Moses. Wow. Meaning I am the processes. I am the techniques. I am the meditation. I declare what the thoughts and feelings are going to be to me. I'm all of it. I am the law of Moses. That was a powerful scene as well. Knowing this, the only prayer or process that makes sense while you're focused in the 3D world physical experience, while you're projecting and reflecting that experience, the only thing that makes sense, the only prayer or process is one of gratitude, one of love, one of appreciation for just being who you already are, all that is. Make all your affirmations an announcement of reality in your chosen identity, rather than a process or technique to be someone or receive something or manifest something that you believe you are not or you don't have. Do you hear that? Don't make it an affirmation or an announcement of reality versus something you have to do to experience that reality, right? Be it. Right? Make it an announcement of who you are. Make it an announcement of your reality, just like he did. Rather than a process or technique to be something, receive something, manifest something that you believe you're not or don't have. Well, that's powerful. So that's what makes the technique, wouldn't it be nice? Or it would be nice, so powerful. It's natural. It's an announcement of reality. It's an announcement. You're calling forth what's already real within you. There's no trying. There's no effort, right? It's an announcement of that reality and identity that already lives, moves, and exists and has its being within you, like Scripture says. In him we live, we move, and exist. It already lives and exists within you. So it's natural to say, wouldn't it be nice? To call it forth in a natural way. Wouldn't it be nice if I experienced all this part of all that I am now? Right? That's what we're trying. You're not trying to make something happen. That makes no sense. It's already happening. You're not trying to change conditions. That makes no sense. They're already changing in every moment. You're not trying to flip thoughts or feel better or influence or change or fix or get rid of people, events, and circumstances. You're announcing reality. You're creating it in that moment. That's powerful. Remember, we talked about this diagram, that there's no separation. This is infinity. This is all that is. This is who you are. That's that I amness. Jesus, that's what Jesus meant. You only need me. That recognition, that realization that you are one with the Father. Yes, you have a focus that you're looking out from that's the conscious mind looking outward. But you are all of it. That's just how you perceive, receive, and experience all that you are. It's between you and you. I am and I am. The subconscious, the beliefs, the assumptions, the images, the thoughts, the feelings, every event, every frame exists within all of this, but there's no separation. You get to determine what your beliefs are, what your assumptions are. But there's only one belief and assumption that's absolutely, totally unlimited. And that is, I am unlimited. I am infinite. I am that I am. It's the only belief that's unlimited. Right? We're going to talk about this in a few minutes. Remember, your conscious mind, you and you, right? You and you, your I am, is always intending to give you a clear, unfiltered view of reality, that perfect intelligence knowing. It's not trying to make things unclear for you. We do it by believing those thoughts, assumptions, images, perceptions, and sensations that we feel, those changing sensations, thoughts, assumptions, beliefs, all of that changing stuff. We confuse that with reality when it's just changing appearances within reality. Do you see it? So you always have a clear, unfiltered, unbroken line or connection to all that you are. And it's right here. That's very clear today. Remember, infinite intelligence, God, all that is, your higher self, your inner being, the real you, loves you, cares for you, believes in you unconditionally, even if you don't believe in it. And no matter what you're thinking, feeling, and assuming, it believes you and loves you and cares for you. But when you believe it, in other words, when you're aware of it, when you know it, because remember, we talked about belief. It's beyond belief. It's an awareness that we believe what we're aware of. We believe what we know. When you know it, when you're aware of it, that unseen reality and magic that you're always experiencing, no matter what, becomes seen. You're always experiencing it no matter what. You are that no matter what. But when you know it, when you're aware of it, when you believe it, that magic becomes seen. You experience it physically. All beliefs and assumptions limit that unseen reality and magic, except this one. I'm unlimited. I'm infinite. That greater part of you operates continually, freely, and perfectly out of pure, unconditional love and joy for you and for life. It's always operating. Even if you're not conscious of it, that's what we call the unconscious or subconscious or greater consciousness. But it's always operating and always trying to give you a clear view of all that is. It's always taking care of you. Your words heal. Your wounds, words. Words heal too. Your wounds heal. Your blood pumps. Your heart beats. All of this without you consciously doing a thing. Do you see it? That greater consciousness that we call unconscious is continually caring for you. That subconscious. All done by that greater subconscious, that greater consciousness. This is why Dr. Joe Dispenza says this. How can a consciousness, and I love that he says that, consciousness, one thing, one being, one awareness, right? All that is, that has created all of life, that expends the energy and will to constantly regulate every function of our bodies to keep us alive, that has expressed such a deep and abiding interest in us, be anything but pure love. Wow! That's the unconditional love and gratitude of all that is. The only truth is the truth of being. I am that I am. I am. Everything else is a limitation to that pure positive intelligence and awareness. A conditioned, placed on that unconditional love. That's all limiting beliefs are. That's all any belief and assumption is, other than I am unlimited. I am infinite. The only one that's not limited. The only one that's purely, wholly, totally unlimited. Right? So you believe so much in your thoughts and assumptions about yourself, others, and reality that you take them as unquestionable truths. You take them as reality versus simply thoughts and assumptions about reality. You confuse those thoughts and assumptions that are always changing anyway. You confuse that experience with reality. Do you see it? You even create limiting beliefs and assumptions about your own limiting beliefs and assumptions. Do you see it? Like a client said a few days ago, we thought there were limiting beliefs lurking in the subconscious, in that dark subconscious, right? That he calls dark and spooky, right? Sabotaging your life. But you're creating that. That's another limiting belief on top of another limiting belief. The belief that you have limiting beliefs that are out to sabotage your life or ruin your life, that are lurking to hurt you, is a limiting belief in itself. So you can't see and perceive the reality behind the wall and layers of limiting beliefs and assumptions. Because the more you look, the more you try to rid your consciousness of them, the more you create them, the more you see them, the more you perceive them. It's like whack-a-mole, another one pops up. Right? So what do you want to do? You want to be above them. Know that all beliefs are limiting. All beliefs limit that all that isness somehow. And that there's only one belief, that I am unlimited, that I am infinite, is the only belief that's totally and wholly unlimited. Hold on to that one and then let go of everything else. That's why A Course in Miracles says hold on to nothing but that. Right? They're simply beliefs and assumptions that may have served you. This is what a limiting belief, we've talked about this idea, but are no longer representative of who you desire to be now or who you really are, I am. Remember that we said in every moment you're defining who you are, assuming who you are. And that changes you in all times. It changes who you were and who you will be. It changes that horizontal past that you believe in that happened. Right? Who you are now creates the past and creates the future and creates the present. It creates all of it. The past doesn't create anything. The past is not source of anything. You are right now by who you decide you are. And then that's what a limiting belief is. It's just no longer representative of who you're defining yourself to be. So when you define who you are anew, you create a new horizontal linear past that's more representative of who you're being now. The only belief that's absolutely and wholly unlimited is I'm infinite, I'm unlimited. It's the truth, or it's true, and it exists whether you believe it or not. Hear this. That belief, that unlimited belief, exists whether you believe it or not. All other beliefs require you to believe them to exist. They only exist when you believe in them. But this belief that I'm unlimited, that I'm infinite, that exists. That's true or truth no matter whether you're believing it or not. That's the difference. All other beliefs and assumptions require your belief for them to exist. That's why they're limiting. This is big. I am who I am. That's enough because you are all that is. You are the enoughness itself. You are worthiness itself. You are fulfillment itself. You could not have the experience of non-fulfillment or unworthiness unless you were completely and wholly and outrageously worthy and fulfilled. Right? That's how it is. So try this. Try this. Try the wouldn't it be nice. We've talked about it before. Or it would be nice. First, close your eyes. Relax. Get into neutral state or that 0 point state of that I amness. Relax, take a few deep breaths, breathe freely, let it be natural. Do nothing with your changing thoughts and feelings. There's nothing to do. Don't try to do anything. Don't try to meditate. Don't make this into a process, right? Don't question whether you're doing it right or wrong, or whether you're not feeling anything, or whether you're feeling something. That's why Jesus, in the scene from The Chosen with his apostles, the disciples that he chose to go out and do works and wonders and follow him, when he said to one of his apostles says, well, I don't feel different. And Jesus says to him, your I amness, I don't need you to feel anything to do great things. So it's not about feeling. Don't worry about what you're feeling. Rest in the I amness. It's beyond feeling. It's a state of being. You're going to feel it, but it's an inner sense. It's a peace that passes all understanding. It's an elevated emotion, a state of being that's beyond all emotions, right? Sense the greater reality behind it. Then from there, announce your new desired reality. Announce that new identity with, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if I won $1,000? Wouldn't it be nice if I won the lottery? Wouldn't it be nice if I found my dream home and it was given to me? Wouldn't it be nice if my specific person called me and invited me out? Wouldn't it be nice if my specific person asked me to marry them? Wouldn't it be nice? Anything you want, right? And put a time frame on it. I talked to a client about this. Make it the next 24 hours. Right? Why be afraid of linear time? It's created with, you get to decide. You have dominion over linear time. Sometimes we get afraid of calling it in 24 hours because if it doesn't happen, but it doesn't matter. Linear time's just an idea. Show your dominion over linear time. Use the idea of linear time. Own it. Own linear time as source of linear time. So whether it happens at 24 doesn't matter. Call it anyway. Dream big. There is no big or little, but you can, in the 3D sense, you can dream as big as you want. Stop watering down your I amness. Stop watering down reality. Stop watering down your experience. You are all of it. Manifesting technique that works whether you believe it or not. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful Studios of Higher Consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the ambassadors at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, and our membership channel. We have another live stream scheduled to be broadcast exclusively on the membership channel, with more content coming as well this week on the membership channel. Don't forget to tune in on February 25th, 2024, a week from Saturday at 9 a.m. in the morning Pacific Coast Standard Time. We're going to be doing our 11th live stream and our second live stream or a live event of the year, exclusively to be broadcast on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. We're going to be answering your questions and talking about topics that you've been sending to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. So keep them coming at info@besomethingwonderful.com. If you're a member, join us. If you're not, join us. Check it out. There's a link below. Creators, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom in the studios here of Be Something Wonderful in Las Vegas. Until next time, we'll see you soon.